you ready to get rich? Wrong answer. It would be nice, but let's be real. But also, it is a treasure. So let's make it happen. And every treasure hunt begins with a map. This is ours. This guy, Jon Collins-Black, right here. He's like a Willy Wonka. Made his fortune, not really sure how. Now he wants to share it with the world. He's hidden 5 treasures across the United States filled with gems, gold, precious things worth a ton of money, millions of dollars worth of treasure, trading cards, Pokemon, Bitcoin, all types of things. The bounty is plentiful. I've read this book cover to cover, and I think I found the first treasure. I am not affiliated with Jon Collins-Black nor his publishing company. I'm a family man of moderate means, and treasure hunting can be dangerous if you don't have your wits about you. So, if you're serious about this, get the book, read it. I'm going to do my best here to break it down chapter by chapter and go over any clues and hunches that I have. But more brains are better than one. So, let's meet in the comment section, put my theories to the test, let me know what you think, and let's solve this together. Proceed with caution. Every treasure hunting movie or book that I've read or watched usually ends in tragedy and violence. And that's because of greed. And greed is your enemy. And I say that to say this, that this is just as much about finding treasure as it is about adventure. All right? Maybe it's a little corny, whatever, but when I found out about this, what sparked in me was that inner child who loved spending time outside, loved walking up and down the beaches, finding shark teeth or shells or things that to me were treasure. And that's what this taps into, right? So embrace that kid that wanted to be Indiana Jones. You know, I think this day and age, it's extremely important to find that inner child again, and I think we can all benefit from that. And if we find $1 million worth of Bitcoin or Pokemons or gold, bonus, so be it. The book is broken down into 2 parts. The first 23 chapters are going to give you all the clues you need to find the lion's share, as he calls it, the biggest treasure of the 5. All right? The following 4 chapters will give you everything you need to find the remaining treasures. What he suggests is read the book straight through. Anything that makes your spidey senses tingle, jot it down. Don't go too crazy into it. Then double back, check your notes, reread it again with a fresh mind, see what connections you can make. My understanding is right now the book is hard to come by, but there are things you can do right now to get started. He says in the introduction or in the foreword or at some point, he says, do not overlook any part of this book. Do not overlook anything. That got me thinking. Let me go to his Instagram page. Checked out the trailer, and I think the first clue is in the trailer for the book. You can pause this video right now and go check it out yourself, or just sit here and I'll tell you what's what. When he says in the trailer, I've hidden 5 treasures, a map pops up. And in that map, it highlights 5 different regions. For me, this was very important because, let's be realistic, I don't have money to go fly on a plane to, Seattle, Washington on a hunch. I want to focus and hone in on an area that's closer to me. And this map that he shows in the trailer highlights specific regions where what that helps you with is, if let's say one treasure is found, you can rule out maybe a whole good section of the geography there you don't have to worry about. It just it makes it a little bit more realistic because, hey, maybe there's one, a few miles from me. Maybe there's one a couple hours from me. Maybe I can get in the car on a weekend and drive. So as you read this, take a look at this region of the map, see where you're at. As you're reading the book, think about that because, you might find any treasure, but you do have to be pragmatic about things, and I think that's a good first step. So take a look at the trailer. Take a look at the trailer anyway so you can see, what the whole thing is about. But here are the specific areas of the map that he highlights of where the treasure might be. So right off the bat, for me, I'm looking in the southeast. That's the most easily accessible for me. I can get in the car. If I have to fly, it's a short trip, and I'm fairly confident that I know where this treasure's at. I know what state this treasure is, or at least one of these treasures. The first treasure, maybe the most expensive treasure, is in. Are you ready? Florida. Okay? Now use your thinking caps here. All right? Florida. Florida is a very, very important state to this nation. I bet something you didn't know about Florida is the first settlements of America were in Florida. I just learned that. All right? The Spanish came over and landed, set up shop in Florida. And if you know anything about Spanish history, their thirst for gold is unrivaled. All right? Let me read you something. Where your pleasure is, there is your treasure. Where your treasure, there your heart. Where your heart, there your happiness. That is a quote. All right? Jon Collins-Black, our boy, Willy Wonka, JCB, as we're going to call him from here on out. JCB put that quote in this book. He said, don't overlook any part of this book. That quote is the first thing that you read before you turn to the table of contents. All right, you open it up, blank page. There's a treasure inside, the name of the book. Another fancier picture. There's a treasure inside, Jon Collins-Black. And then we get to the dedication page. And that is where you get that quote. Now, that quote is extremely important. How does it tie to Florida? Well, who said that quote? I'm going to read it one more time. I'm going to leave you with that. I'm telling you the treasure's in Florida, and I'm telling you, I'm going to be a little cute here. I'm not going to tell you where it is in Florida, because again, it is just a hunch, but I'm going to tell you it's in Florida based off this quote. Where your pleasure is, there is your treasure. Where your treasure, there your heart. Where your heart, there your happiness. You tell me who said that quote, and you'll find the treasure.